I am no man.
Feast on his flesh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about American families here. Let's talk about a great American family. Let's talk about the Busch family. The Busch family, immigrants to this country, effectively penniless immigrants to this country, a century ago, came here and built an incredible, iconic American brand known as Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch. The most iconic beer in the world, arguably, and the number one beer, well, up until as of recently. We are honored to have the heir to that dynasty, Billy Busch, right now. Mr. Busch, what an honor to have you on the program.
Great to be on with you, Benny. Thanks for having me.
Cheers to you, sir. I wanted to, off the top, talk about the author, talk about family reigns, sort of a homage to the Clydesdales. And we're very happy that they're Clydesdales and not unicorns. I don't think it would have worked as well as a marketing campaign. But the Budweiser brand is a beautiful American success story. Iconic, of course. And you've written about it. Please explain.
Yeah, I wrote about it because later on in my life, I realized, I wanted to understand where I came from. I have kids now. I want to understand what runs in our bloodlines. Before, I think I was living so much of the history that I really didn't think about where I came from. And so I was able to read some family books and go through some notes and letters that my father had kept. And I learned the history, the American history of where I came from, who my great-grandfather was, my grandfather, my dad in his younger years, his marriages before he married my mother. And then I also started realizing that, my life was pretty unique growing up during a time of the greatest growth of Anheuser-Busch when my dad was running the brewery. And I realized this is some great history. This is some great business accomplishments. It took a lot of determination. It took a lot of faith in my ancestors to grow this company, to build this. They love this country, and everything it took to become what it became was just incredible to me. So I had to put it down in black and white before I leave this world.
Yes. And did you discover anything that was particularly surprising about their success?
I discovered a lot of things, actually, Benny. I discovered that one of the things that went through, a theme that went through my family was that in order to take over the company, you had to know the business. You had to know who your audience was for the products. You had to know each and every department backwards and forwards. You had to understand who your employees are, what they're doing. And so they were very conscientious of every little detail when it came to the business. And so that's, I think, why some of their marketing became so incredible and why the people that worked at Anheuser-Busch were so proud to work there.
Yeah, I mean, of course, that leads directly into something that we've been covering, mainly because of its outsized impact on culture, but its horrific effect on this magnificent American company that you built, who employs tens of thousands of hardworking Americans every single day and who is suffering unjustly, I would say, those Americans who are just trying to show up and brew beer or deliver beer based on the woke mind virus that infected the agents of the company who decided to not learn at all from the incredible advertising past and instead partner with someone like Dylan Mulvaney in a suicidal, seemingly, attempt to assail the drinkers of Bud Light, calling them fratty and out of touch. What kind of business can operate when they despise their own customer?
Yes, it's really tough. I don't think that the new company InBev really understood their audience. They're a foreign company. They come to America. They really know financials. They know how to cut expenses. They're great at doing that kind of stuff. But do they really know the American audience, the Bud Light drinker, the core Bud Light drinker? Yes. Obviously not, or else they would not have come up with an advertising campaign like they did. when we owned the company, when we were running the company, I was out in the distribution world delivering beer to accounts all over the country, in Texas, especially, and in Florida. And I got to know the people that drink Bud Light, the true hardworking blue collar American. And the last thing they want to have on their beer can is that kind of message that Bud Light just came out with. And it's incredible that InBev made such a mistake.
And truly, I mean, what would you advise them to do? What would you have advised them to do if they'd come forward and been like, hey, let's put Dylan Mulvaney on a can?
Well, you know what? I would have first said, watch out who the marketing people are that you hire. If they're these young, woke, politically kind of who want to push political agendas down your throat coming out of these woke schools, these very liberal schools, I think look out for that, because your core drinker is not like that. They're true Americans that really want the messaging that was always on there before, the Clydesdales. It stood for strength and quality and fun and inclusiveness and bringing people together. That's why the old motto, making friends is our business, was something that my family that ran the company always lived by. And I would say, get back to that kind of marketing. Hire the right people. Hire a guy like me if you need to go out there and show you how to get it done. I've been in the beer business all my life. I could have told you that wouldn't work.
I don't want to dwell too much on this, but it is particularly fascinating and newsworthy because you do have some of the most iconic ads in the world, right? You have the "What's Up" ad, right? This one was great. This defined my childhood. I think a Super Bowl ad. Perhaps I'm wrong. Obviously, the Clydesdales, Santa, Christmas, the frogs. Man, you guys just killed it back in the day. And now you see this person, Alyssa Heinerschneid's her name, and she says that Bud Light is fratty and out of touch, and that the drinkers and the advertising was fratty and out of touch, these iconic ads that are playing on the screen. What is your response to that?
Yeah, I mean, how is that out of touch? I think those frat ads, those ads before, like you said, Ben, have been incredible ads. They teach those ads in colleges still today, from what I understand, some colleges, because they were some of the best ads that ever came about. And so, coming out with a ad that the beer drinker can't relate to. Just doesn't make any sense. They could relate to the other ones because they were all fun. They all were just fun and brought people together and lighthearted. And the Clydesdales, of course, were some of the best ads ever. And of course, that stood for strength and quality all along.
Yes. We have a very excited member community here that is so excited to hear from you. Perhaps they're big fans of your product and your family. You should be a fan of the Busch family. They're a great American family. We have a question submitted for you, sir, from our Benny Brigade. This question comes from Lori Wolf. Having felt the destructive impact of woke leftist culture in such a personal way, does that motivate you to speak out more publicly and get more involved in 2024 election to elect a conservative president?
It really does. I'll tell you, I think our country is not going in a good direction under this administration that we have right now. I think it's important for us to speak out. And, I have 7 kids. My family believed in this country, going all the way back to my great-grandfather. And we want to see this country continuing to be the land of the free and the land of opportunity. And I think, unfortunately, right now, it's going in a wrong direction. So I'm not just going to sit back and not say anything, because I think it's time for everyone, all us conservatives, to speak up a little bit.
God bless you. Final question for you, sir, as we put the book back up. The Family Reigns, the cover, it's beautiful. The imagery is beautiful. The Clydesdales out front. Is this your father on the front of the book?
Yes, it is.
All right. Is there any chance of you getting this company back? We'd sure like that. We'd sure like that. Can I help you buy some shares?
Oh, you know what? I'll tell you, if I know Anheuser-Busch InBev just sold off 8 different brands.
Yes.
And if they ever decide to sell the Bud Light brand, they could sell it to me. I'd sure as heck try to pull some people together and buy that brand, because I think we can make Bud Light great again.
Yes, yes. God bless you. I mean, truly. Why put things that are obviously divisive inside of your marketing? I mean, again, and I would love this if you put Donald Trump in a MAGA hat on a can. I think that would be great. But I can empirically say that would be probably not a great business decision because you're going to piss off people, right? So
exactly.
So if you want to get me a Donald Trump MAGA hat can, please, I'll give you my address. I will I'd love it. But sincerely, like, we hope the best for you and your family. We hope that these people come to their senses and give you back this great American company. Godspeed, sir.
Well, thank you so much, Benny, for having me on. I hope everybody goes out and gets that book because I think they'll really enjoy it. Family Reigns. Thank you very much.
God bless you, Billy.